Hey guys, off the Mike Sports Network here. Cavs thoughts here, trade deadline edition. We're gonna actually have a couple of videos to break down what I consider to be one of the most impactful moves. Everybody's obviously gonna migrate to some of the bigger names, and Luka Doncic. That trade is maybe one of the most impactful, depending on how far it stretches out, maybe in the history of the league. And in terms of how it registered on the Richter scale and the amount of movement that happened since that point on Saturday, nothing is going to top Luka Doncic. But in terms of actual impact this season, there may be no bigger move than what the Cleveland Cavaliers did on Thursday, right before the trade deadline, trading for DeAndre Hunter of the Atlanta Hawks. They give away Karis LeVert, and I say give away because actually this is kind of a small price to pay. They give up Karis LeVert, George Niang, 3 second-round picks, and 2 pick swaps. You guys heard me talking about this a couple days ago, that the Cavs needed to go get a big-time wing. And DeAndre Hunter's having a career year averaging like 18, 19 points a game for Atlanta. I think it's a contract year for him. But he is the perfect fit and the perfect piece for this Cleveland Cavaliers team. Championship level player. He won at a high level in college. He won a national championship, ironically, with Ty Jerome of the Virginia Cavaliers. So that's part of this. Big wing health has been an issue with him, but he can defend. He'll match up pretty well. He can make it the three at a high rate. I think it's like 38, 39%. This is absolutely the player that they needed to go get. We talked for Cavs fans on social media, Cavs social media, had talked for weeks about Cam Johnson of the Brooklyn Nets. That was never going to be realistic. The Nets were going to ask for the farm. To get this done is an absolute heist by Kobe Altman, the GM of the Cleveland Cavaliers. I think GM, president, but the highest basketball authority decision maker in the Cleveland Cavaliers organization. Makes this deal, gets it done. DeAndre Hunter's going to slide in at the 3 alongside Donovan Mitchell, Darius Garland, Jared Allen, and Evan Mobley to make one of the most lethal starting fives in the NBA. The Cavs are already the best team in the NBA before this trade was made. This makes them, right, like everybody was having reservations because of their struggles against some of the top teams. Like they lost to Oklahoma City, they lost to Boston this week. But this could potentially have a seismic impact on this season. And who knows if DeAndre Hunter is going to stick around or if this is just a glorified rental. But the point is, the Cavs went all in. They made a trade. I don't know what the hell Atlanta is doing, but this was well worth it for the Cavs. Karis LeVert was going to leave. George Niang is a cone defensively and is very hit and miss with the shot. If there were 2 players on this team that I would have wanted to get rid of, it would have been Karis LeVert and George Niang. Because God bless Karis LeVert, talented scorer, can create his own thing. He was a valuable piece of this team. It just wasn't going to work because they need size. They need some more versatility to hang with some of these bigger wings that they have. Like Oklahoma City's got, Jalen Williams. You'll also have to guard Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And then obviously the Celtics are going to be a problem. So it's just like they've struggled. Even Houston has got some wings that are going to cause issues. You've seen it already. So getting DeAndre Hunter, who's a great defender, again, having a career year offensively, and fits the timeline of this team. He's only 27 years old. We'll see if this is a long-term thing or if this is just a short-term thing. But in terms of value and in terms of what this is going to mean for a given team and a team that needed to make a move even though they're already the best team in the league, this is probably one of the best trades of this deadline. Because everybody's going to come at me and say, Mike, you're a Cavs fan. Of course I'm going to be a little bit biased. But think about the impact of what this is. The Cavs had a glaring weakness despite being 41-10. A glaring weakness. And it was getting exposed on a regular basis against some of the top teams in the NBA. They are trying to go win a championship. And this is an absolute perfect fit. And they did not have to sacrifice a single key cog in this team. Like, yeah, Karis LeVert was in the rotation, but he was kind of hit and miss. George Niang, you can't rely on him to be your first big off the bench behind when Dean Wade's hurt. Like, and you've seen it. He's regularly been schooled defensively. You can't play him. He's occasionally a good 3-point shooter, but those nights are few and far between. So you didn't give up Isaac Okoro. You didn't give up Max Strus. You didn't give up a first-round pick in this deal. Like, this is an outstanding A++++++ trade for Kobe Altman. And I guess you could call them the Virginia Cleveland Cavaliers now, because Ty Jerome now teaming up with his national championship buddy in DeAndre Hunter. They're best friends. They go way back. And sorry, Andrew, I just remembered this, that Virginia beat his beloved Texas Tech Red Raiders. But this is an awesome trade. Obviously, everybody is going to talk about the Luka Doncic trades of the world, or, even a Jimmy Butler trade, even though I don't think that's going to have nearly the level of impact that this is going to have. But sometimes you don't have to look at the names. You've got to look at what the fit and what the value is. And there is no better fit and no better value. Like I said, Luka Doncic, that's a different classification, because that was just a heist of the century, because I don't know what the hell the Mavs are doing. And I've talked about that at length on the channel. But value and, fit really just hammer home. This is exactly what the Cavs needed. A big flaw in their team, even though they are the best team record-wise in the NBA. They get it done. I'm excited to see what this team can do. This puts them in prime position to go out there and win a championship. Now it's all on the players on the court. And obviously it's going to be health permitting. But they can I said this on Tuesday when, the Cavs were down by 20 to Boston, and they still found a way to almost win that game. They go out and get a piece like DeAndre Hunter. That's going to help them match up better with Boston. I'm not scared of the Celtics in the slightest. I'm not scared of Oklahoma City. They split with them, and DeAndre Hunter wasn't there. Obviously, Chet Holmgren's going to be back for the Thunder. And you think of you can throw another team at me. I think the Cleveland Cavaliers could easily go win a championship this year. And it would be an amazing, amazing story for the city to do something for Cleveland without LeBron James. It would say a lot about this franchise. It would say a lot about, the players that they've brought in, the development that they've done, JB Bickerstaff getting him to this point, and then Kenny Atkinson getting there to finish the job. Now it's all about finishing, as Cody Rhodes did at WrestleMania for you wrestling fans watching this video. Finish the story, okay? Because this could be an all-timer for the city of Cleveland. And like I said, I'm so excited about this trade. And you'd be asking yourself, Mike, it's DeAndre Hunter. Guys, this is an awesome deal. Sometimes, like I said, you don't have to look at the player name. This just absolutely is one thing that Cavs fans and NBA people alike have been talking about for weeks. Even though the Cavs had this historic started 15-0, they had a glaring need and a glaring flaw in their team, and they were able to go address it, and they did it without having to really pay a premium price. So good job, Kobe Altman. Good job, Cavs. We'll have a lot more on this. Another video coming up here where I'm going to actually compare this to the complete polar opposite in a different sport in the same city of Cleveland. Find out what that is. Go click that subscribe button so you can get that video and a lot of other great content. I'll see you guys soon. Goodbye.